So this is Behringer's 16-channel digital personal mixer, the P-16M for short. This little guy allows each musician to have one of these by his side so he can change the level for any instrument in his ears without having to consult the front of house monitoring engineer, the front of house engineer, or having to consult anybody. He can just hit the button and adjust whatever he wants to on here. So let's go over how to use this. On the bottom here, you'll see 16 buttons, and these represent all the 16 inputs that come into the P16. So let's say you want to adjust your kick drum, which happens to be in channel 1 today. So what you'll want to do is you want to hit the channel 1 button, and here's the volume control. You turn it up if you need to turn it up, and you turn it down if you need to turn it down. If you want to pan it left and right in your ears, you can pan each channel left or right by using this knob, and you can see it moving left and moving all the way right. Now both of these buttons both of these knobs double as buttons. So you can depress the pan button, and it recenters that channel that you've got selected. And if you press the volume button, you can mute that channel. Now this is really helpful, say if you have a click in channel 16 and you're nearing the end of the song and you need to get off the click, you would just hit channel 16 and then press the volume button, and you've muted that channel. Now whenever you need it back, you can just unmute it and it's back at the same volume. So that's how you adjust each of the inputs to the P16 here. Now let's move on to the main channel. Now the main channel is the sum or the mix of all 16 channels right here. And you can adjust the volume of all 16 together by pressing the main button and adjusting the volume here. You can do the same, you can mute it here, and you can pan the whole mix left and right, and you can center it, of course. So let's move on to the equalizer section. You have 3 bands. You have the bass, your mids, and your treble. You can adjust the bass by turning the bass knob up and down, and you can adjust the mids by turning the mid knob up and down. Now the mids have a variable frequency, and you can adjust the frequency you would like to adjust by changing the frequency knob here. For lower frequencies, you turn it down. For higher frequencies, you turn it up, just like any other parametric EQ. Now for your treble, you can do the same thing. You can turn it up or down. Moving on to the output. So the output section has a limiter and then the final output level. Now you may ask, why is there an output level here and also an output level here? Well, the difference between the two is this output is before the limiter, and this output is after the limiter, right before it goes out into your ears. So the limiter here is to protect your hearing. Wherever you set this limiter is where the sound level, it won't go above that level. So when you see the limiter is activated, you'll see a light that shows up right here that blinks, or that comes on and stays on. Whenever the volume reaches this threshold that you've got set here, this light will come on and limit the output to your ears. Now you can adjust that whole level by adjusting this knob. Let's move on to the setup section over here. Now this is basically how to use this, and you can get away with just knowing this. But if you know how to use the rest of this, it's going to really make this guy shine. So this link function allows you to link 2 adjacent channels together. And say you have a stereo loop going in your ears from a computer or the drummer. You'll be able to link those channels and adjust the volume of both of those channels by just adjusting just one of these. So when you select channel 1, you're actually selecting channels 1 and 2, and you can adjust the volume of both at the same time with this volume button. And to do that, you hit the link, and then you hit one of the channels. Now you can only link 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and so on. You can't link 4 and 5. I'm not sure why they did that. I think it's just to make it more simple. Here's a group function, which is similar to link, but it allows you to adjust the volumes separately, and then when you group them, allows you to adjust the volumes if they're offset up and down at the same time. So let me show you this. So what I want to do is I want to group, say, channels 1 and 8. So I hit the group button, select channel 1 and channel 8. They're now grouped. Hit the group button again, and you're able to see that channels 8 and 1 are grouped. Now notice that channel 1 is now at a volume of 5, and channel 8 is at a volume of 3. Now if I adjust channel 8 up to 5, you can see back here that it adjusted channel 1 by the same amount. So this is very useful if you want to group two things together that you want to turn up at the same time, but that are not necessarily linked, like a stereo channel. So to ungroup them, you would do the same thing. Go hit group, hit channel 1 and channel 8, and you've got them ungrouped. So these are very useful if, say, you're in a church and you've got your mix set up, but what happens when someone else uses the same P-16 and they mess up your settings, or they change your settings? Well, that's when the recall and store functions come available. So you have 16 recall settings here that store all of the parameters on this into one of the scenes on these in the recall section. So what you're going to want to do, so you've got all of your settings set up, you're at the end of your show and you're like, wow, that was great. I need to save this for next Sunday or next time we do a set. So you're going to press store, press and hold store, press and hold store, and say I wanted to save it into channel 14. I've got it in channel 14. You'll press channel 14, and you'll hit it again, and it's stored. So, okay, someone's come in and they've messed with their stuff, with your stuff, and they've changed it. And then you walk back in, and you're like, oh wow, my mix is completely different. I want to start off where I stopped last Sunday or whenever you stopped. So what you're going to do is you're going to press recall, press and hold recall, and then hit the button that you hit last time, wherever you stored it last time. And hopefully no one overwrote your setting. So 14 is flashing because that's actually the scene I've got stored or got recalled now, but some other one might be flashing. Just hit the button that you know you stored it into. So I'm going to hit 14, it's going to recall it, and now I have the same settings that I had earlier before or when you saved it. Down here in the solo section, you can say you just want to listen, you're a bass guitarist and you just want to listen to your guitar, but you don't want to go through every channel and turn down every channel, because that would be awful. So you would hit your solo button, and then whichever one you've got selected, you'll be able to hear just that channel. And that's very helpful if you just want to hear yourself or you just want to hear the pastor talking or whatever. Now here's the mute section. This allows you to mute multiple channels at one time, and that way you don't have to go through here and hit the volume button. You can see that when it's muted, the light goes off, and you can unmute them by pressing the button, or you can unmute them by pressing these guys. So I believe that's it, and I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope this helps you guys. Thank you so much.